To end the conflict between the United States and Iran appear to be gathering momentum after nearly 2 weeks of tit-for-tat strikes. Iran's foreign ministry spokesman says messages have been exchanged between Iran and the U.S., and mediators are continuing their efforts. Qatar and Pakistan continue to relay messages between Tehran and Washington. And earlier, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations said Donald Trump is giving talks with Iran, quote, some space. Listen.
As the president said, we are locked and loaded. Even more assets are going into theater, but he's giving talks some space. He's giving it a little bit of room. We've had both Oman and Iran and a number of our other negotiators engaged at every level, from the most senior levels all the way down to the technical level over the past few weeks, and particularly in the past few days.
Meanwhile, Iran says it will stop its retaliatory bombings for as long as American forces maintain their pause.
These attacks continued until 2 nights ago, but over the past 2 nights, the Americans have stopped their attacks. And as I said, since our strategy has essentially been retaliatory, we have also halted our retaliatory operations.
And Al Jazeera's Rosalind Jordan has more from Washington.
The U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Mike Waltz, confirmed on Sunday what had been widely reported, that after 13 straight nights of U.S. military strikes on Iranian military targets, the Trump administration has decided to take a pause, indeterminate time, in order to allow diplomacy to take effect. This is because even though the U.S. says that Iran broke the terms of the Memorandum of Understanding by striking at least 2 or 3 commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz just about 3 weeks ago, there has been concern from interlocutors, Oman, Pakistan, Qatar, other countries in the Middle East, that there could be the risk of a wider regional war if diplomacy was not reinstated. And so these countries have been working to try to get the U.S. and Iran to back away, as it were, and to start talking again about their problems and to try to find a way to restore the ceasefire that was the centerpiece of the Memorandum of Understanding signed back in the middle of June. These interlocutors have been working, and that has now been confirmed by the U.S. President Donald Trump as well as by Iranian officials. But it's not clear yet whether these contacts and these conversations are going to be enough to lead to a resumption of this Memorandum of Understanding, whether it's enough to restore the ceasefire, or whether a whole new arrangement will be necessary in order for Tehran and Washington to be able to find a way out of a conflict that's nearly 5 months old. Rosalind Jordan, Al Jazeera, Washington.
The Strait of Hormuz remains a key flashpoint in the conflict. Iranian media say an oil tanker exploded after hitting a naval mine in the waterway. The vessel had reportedly strayed from a route designated by Tehran. Iran has been insisting that ships pass through waters it controls near Larak Island, closer to its coast, rather than using the southern route along the coast of Oman. Al Jazeera's Rasul Sardar is following the latest developments from Tehran.
Iranian officials are confirming that an oil tanker attempting to pass through the Strait of Hormuz exploded after hitting naval mines. According to the Iranian officials, the reason that the explosion has occurred was because the ship was not following the designated lanes by Iranian authorities. And now Iranian authorities are warning that any ship that attempts to pass through the strait needs to be in full coordination, otherwise Iran cannot guarantee the safety of that ships. So this is coming after 2 days of calm. In the last 2 days, we have seen no attacks on Iran and no response from Iran. There has been progress in diplomatic engagement. The Omani delegation was in Tehran. They exchanged ideas about how to create a mechanism for the future management of the Strait of Hormuz. But what we see, there is no radical change in Iran's position regarding the Strait of Hormuz. Still, Iran opposes the alternative corridors through the strait. And also, according to some of their reports, Omanis have suggested a regional consortium and also the mechanism to be managed by this regional consortium without tolls to be taken. But what we are hearing is that Iranians are still insisting on a sort of fees, and they're calling it the service fee, and also they want this mechanism to be managed by Iran. While that is happening, another important development was Ukrainian attack on an Iranian ship. Now, for the second time, Iranian Foreign Ministry saying that this Ukrainian attack is not going to go unanswered. So the question is whether Iran is going to retaliate or not. So the experts here are saying that technically that is possible because the distance between Tehran and Kiev is less than 2,000 kilometers, and that is within the range of Iranian missiles and drones. Resul Serdar, Al